Hey everybody, so I'm cutting this video here on Monday morning. I know everybody's super busy right now on a Monday. Always feels like we have so much to do, more to do than we have time to do it. Many of us are filled with nonstop meetings here on Mondays. And on this Monday morning, I'm thinking about the start of a new week and all the things that I have to do here this week. Not to mention we're about to start a new quarter, and we're planning on rocks and trying to conclude our current rocks and launching new wigs and all kinds of big priorities to end the year strong. And then, of course, we're about to embark, believe it or not, in a blink of an eye on a new year. And anytime I start a new day, week, month, quarter, year, there's something that separates, whether I have a successful new period or not. And what separates how successful my next week is or quarter is pretty simple. And it's probably not what many would think it is. It's preparation. And I'm going to pull up a couple of slides here that I didn't have the benefit of having marketing help me pretty up, that'll help kind of drive home my message here. And some of you have heard me say this a lot here these last few weeks, but this quote I think is just so perfect, which is, many have the will to win, very few have the will to prepare to win. So here at DLP specifically, we are filled with driven people who are curious, who want to learn, who want to get better, who want to accomplish things, who want to be successful and who are successful. And many people have the will to win, meaning they have the desire to be successful. They have the desire to accomplish things. But very few have the will to prepare to win, meaning that they're willing to do what it takes to prepare to win. The preparation is much harder than the doing of the work. And the preparation is what separates those who are highly successful from everybody else. And that applies to simple things as Monday meetings. Simple, one of the most simple, if not the most simple practice to improve your preparation, to be prepared to win, is simply prepping the night before. Simply every day before, looking at your entire calendar for the next day, making sure you know every meeting that's on your calendar. You're not going to be surprised that you didn't realize something was on your calendar, and that you took the time to prepare for every meeting. Meaning you looked at the meeting, you jotted down your thoughts or notes, you made sure those thoughts or notes were in ES tools when applicable. If it's a meeting in ES tools, you reviewed what other people entered, what's already been prepared, what the open IDS topics are. You're prepared. I've had multiple times in the last couple of days that I've had senior leaders totally miss a one-on-one meeting with me because they didn't realize it was on their schedule. That's a simple practice here of preparing the night before. There's no way a meeting can be on your schedule that you weren't prepared for if you looked at your schedule the night before, right? Every time I have a meeting on your schedule, you need to make sure that you've reviewed that agenda. You know what you're going to talk about. You're prepared for what others are bringing forward for discussion, even if you're not the leader of that meeting. That simple preparation can avoid you being overbooked, can avoid you missing meetings, can avoid you showing up unprepared, can avoid you being in a situation where you're not able to answer the questions that are being asked upon you, or manage the whirlwind of all the activities and priorities that are urgent that need to be accomplished the next day. So preparing the night before is a very simple practice that can be as short as taking 10 to 15 minutes prior to the next day. The second can be a little bit harder, and some of you might be thinking, well, Don, I don't want to do this. Weekends are not the time I want to do work. I want to spend this time with my family or on other things, and I appreciate that and recognize that. This past weekend I had soccer games and flag football games that I coach. I went to Jaguars games with my kids. I did schoolwork with my children. I had lots of other activities going on this weekend, yet still made the time to do this, as I do every weekend, because for many of you, this probably is no more than spending 30 minutes, 45 minutes Friday at the end of the day, Saturday morning, Saturday at the end of the day, Sunday afternoon, Sunday evening, just taking a little bit of time to report on and update your WIG commitments for the past and upcoming week, to review your rocks all throughout the quarter. Look at your rocks. What's my next milestone? Did I accomplish? Am I on track? What are going to be my rocks for next quarter? Just taking that little bit of time to prep and get organized for the whole next week, starting with our rocks and our wigs. Again, a very simple habit, very simple a process that, again, is what separates those who are highly successful from everybody else. For those of you in leadership seats, you need to be fully prepared heading into the next week for all meetings for the whole upcoming week before Monday. So not only should you be prepping your Monday meeting, you should be looking at what's my schedule for Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. Are there meetings on my schedule that shouldn't be on my schedule? Are there meetings that should be on my schedule that aren't yet on my schedule? Am I double booked anywhere? And then making sure you're prepared, making sure your ES tool are built out, making sure the appropriate IDSs are built out, the executive summaries, making sure that your reminder emails go out to your teammates around those meetings that you're leading. Again, simple habits that a little bit of extra preparation can help make your whole next week more productive, which in turn will often mean a lot less urgent work, a lot less rushing around, and can actually save you time and give you back more time for things outside of work or for more important things within work. Preparation is the difference of a great meeting or a bad meeting. So here on Meeting Mondays, as I like to call them, the meetings that I have today that will be great are the meetings where people are well prepared. The ones where people don't show up well prepared often are not only are they not great meetings, they tend to be bad meetings. And there's nothing more frustrating for everybody in the meeting, certainly myself included, to spend an hour or half hour, 20 minutes or an hour and a half talking about things that people are not prepared to talk about. I don't have an hour to waste. I know none of you have an hour to waste. I think about this: every hour of my week is 1% of my entire week of awake hours. 1% of my week I don't want to give up to a poorly prepared meeting where nothing gets accomplished. And my last slide here is preparation is not only the difference between a great meeting and a bad meeting. Preparation is the difference between incredible success and legacy or mediocrity. Most people live mediocre lives. That's the reality. That's why it's the middle. 95+% of people will lead mediocre lives. Life that is not where they are not leaving an incredible legacy, and where they're not accomplishing all that they're capable of. That's the life most people will live. Those who want to have and who lead incredibly successful lives, where they leave and live a legacy, are those who are prepared for all aspects of life. That preparation is what separates the most successful. That preparation to be able to be gritty. That preparation is what will allow you to get all out of life, all out of work. So please implement just this little habit of preparing the night before, preparing for the week ahead, and you'll see tremendous improvement, not only with your results, but also with your enjoyment out of what you're doing. Because when you're prepared, you're going to enjoy what you're doing a lot more, because you're able to deliver value and gain value of where you're spending your time. You're going to have more fulfillment to what you're doing. So thanks everybody for listening here. I look forward to everyone stepping up their preparation, having some incredible meetings and results in the weeks to come. Thanks everybody.